Good morning, all. It's August 4th, and we are sending out our first investor update. As promised, we'll be sending these investor updates monthly. We'll be sending an email. It's kind of template with all the bullet points, and then a lot of times we like to include a video for those of you that are a little more visual. Just an update here. We, as you know, closed on the property Armadillo RV Park just a couple of weeks ago. Within a couple of days, we had about 12 guys over there doing all the landscape package, trimming the trees. So we've got beautiful heritage oak trees on that property. And those of you that have seen the pictures, you know that prior to us trimming these trees, I don't think any of them have been touched in like 20 years. They were a mess. So it did a lot for the aesthetics of the property. We then went through and we did a landscape package. So we put a lot of plants in the different planters and all throughout the community, and just really pouring love into the community. A lot of the tenants have, almost all of the tenants as we're out there, come up to us and just thank us. They've never had anybody that has actually poured love in the community and that has cared and spent time and most importantly money on that property there. And so we did all the planters. We put some crushed granite in the different landscape package throughout the property there. The other thing that we had predicted or projected of doing was a crushed granite road. It's a great product for a country type RV park like this. And we were doing the crushed granite, but then we were negotiating with one of our contractors that does chip seal and asphalt. We opted to do a chip seal road, which is a much better product. It looks better, it'll hold up a lot better, especially with rain and runoff, than the crushed granite. And so we did a chip seal product. We were able to negotiate a better rate with him because he knows that we obviously just closed on this property. And then, as all of you probably know, we've got the other two RV parks that we're buying that we're set to close in December. We've got those that will be utilizing his resources and his stuff for to do those roads as well. So we were able to negotiate a better rate. We did the chip seal. The great part about this is that the chip seal is a great product, but most importantly, he was able to give us a warranty that will actually cover those roads for the entire time we plan on holding that community. So that was great there. So did the roads, did all the cleanup. I don't even know how many roll-off dumpsters we actually removed off of that property, but it looks great, much better. Kind of what we're going to be moving into next is we'll look to, we've already contracted the guy to do the gate. So we're going to have, everybody will have a mobile app on their phone to open the electric gate, so it'll enhance and increase the security of the property. So everybody likes that. And then the next couple of things we're doing is just lot cleanup. We had two RVs that had been kind of abandoned. They were just sitting there. There was no lot rent being collected. And so we were able to get rid of those, haul those off property. We're renovating those lots. And lastly, as far as occupancy goes, good report is that we currently have 44 out of 46 slots or RV pads filled. So our occupancy is just right under 100%. As you all know from our initial conversations on the plans and what we want to do when we take over these properties is we'll come in, we'll renovate them, clean them up, pour love into the communities. And then the other thing is we want to clean up their operating expenses. And so generally a lot of the mom and pops that we buy from, they're not very efficient with their operating expenses. Like this property had a maintenance man that was making way too much money, especially for the way the place looked, let's be honest. And then the manager was making way too much money. So we were able to put our own maintenance man on staff that's worked with us for a while. We were able to renegotiate with the property manager there and drastically decrease that payroll and kind of change her roles and responsibilities. Because as a lot of you probably know, our goal is to come in here and really have a sophisticated operation and automate a lot of our systems, automate the payments. And so that lowers the operating expense and what we actually need in a staff. So long story short, we were able to shave off over $6,000 a month in payroll income. And if you annualize that, that's going to push over $70,000 to our bottom line right off the bat within the first couple of weeks. So an amazing move there. And then the next things we'll be doing is we're going to be working on the community center. We also, one of the main things we'll do in all these communities, when you have these communities that nobody's really paid attention to, they haven't really cared, they're just collecting rent, kind of a slumlord-like mentality. They don't really have any standards on what type of RV can move in there. And with our communities, our standards are generally they need to be at least 10 years old or newer, obviously. And if they're older than 10 years, we require them to send in photos so we can analyze the trailer and make sure it'll be a good fit for our community. So one of the things you'll notice now is we've got a bunch of older RVs. Good news is it's almost 100% occupied, and they're paying, almost a market rent right now. So it's good for cash flow. But when it comes to us exiting and selling these properties, this is a slow churn through attrition. So what we'll do is we don't want to just go out there and say, hey, everybody get out, or you 15 people get out. It's not an ethical approach. We like to work with them. A lot of the people we're already talking to them, they're looking at getting newer trailers, more updated RVs. And so that will be the slow trend, what we'll work on now. And that generally can take, 12 months or so. So again, we'll keep occupancy high, but our intent is to, slowly get those newer RVs in there, because when we look to exit this property in the years coming, we want to make sure obviously that the property looks great, but the RVs there as well look great. Lastly, just as far as cash flow goes, we'll save the best for last. As everybody knows, we talked about on the pro forma, there's a COC, or a cash on cash return. So every month we'll send out these monthly updates along with your monthly distribution. And we had projected just right over a 7% cash on cash return for your distributions month one before we've done anything. Good news is we've exceeded those projections, and we're going to be distributing just under 8%. So instead of 7, just under 8% for your first cash distribution. These will be going out today. Those ACHs generally take 2 to 3 days to hit. So please obviously watch your bank account. Let us know if you have any questions on that. And lastly, just to kind of wrap things up, like I said, we are rebranding this property. So you might hear us refer to, instead of Armadillo, you'll hear us refer to Lakeside. We're rebranding this again because the intent is to, flip this entire tenant profile, flip the property. And we are also under contract, as most of you know. Some of you are already investing in this, but for the other 2 deals, there's 2 other RV parks within 2 minutes of this property. We are under contract and set to close the 1st of December for those. And so if any of you guys are interested, just to remind you, our intent is to take all 3 of these parks. They're a minute or 2 away from each other. Renovate everything, stabilize them, brand them as one common park, and then we look to sell them as a portfolio to another investor years down the road there. So if you guys are interested in investing in this one, good news is we have over $1 million in commitments really within our first week of actually starting to have calls. We know we sent out the email, kind of a teaser email a couple of weeks ago. But if you have any questions on that deal, please let us know. There's still almost about half is raised for that, but please let us know. So again, we'll continue to keep you updated throughout the process, but we are extremely pleased with the team. We're extremely pleased with the progress. Made amazing progress within the past couple of weeks there. And most importantly, we're grateful, we're humbled, and we're appreciative of your confidence in us. We love having you guys on the team. And instead of just sending you emails, we want to really make sure you understand the fundamentals and what's going on and how we're doing these properties, because it's great for our limited partners to not just read reports, right, not get cash flow distributions, but a lot of you want to understand the fundamentals and what the strategy is behind this. And so we like to lift the hood and kind of, explain these things to you and keep you involved. So please reach out if you have any questions. Again, thank you for everything, and we will look to talk soon. Thank you.